for joining me. This is a functional core strength and overall strength workout today. We have a wide variety of apparatus that we will be using. So we have kneel ups, which are exercises, which is an exercise on our knees, as well as a wood chop, which is also on our knees. So if you'd like to give your stabilizer muscles an extra workout today, you can use a squishy pillow like this guy, like a mini Bosu or a disc if you'd like for under your knee, or you can just have an extra yoga mat. I might use both. We do each exercise or each set of 2 exercises 4 times through. So we have supersets, we do them 4 times. We have a lot of repetition. That's what makes a good strength training workout. So you have some space to switch out your tools and resources as we go. The other thing that we're gonna do next is a chest press and hip thrusters. I do not have a bench. If I had a bench, I would be doing these hip thrusters on my bench. Please read the description below. You will find a link to my Patreon as well as my Buy Me a Coffee. I would love to buy a bench. Please consider joining my Patreon or giving me a tip for this class on Buy Me a Coffee so that I can buy a bench. It benefits all of us because then we can do really cool exercises, okay? Links in the description below. With that said, I have my barbell here and I've just put it on 2 plates. That's gonna make it a lot easier to roll it on and off my hips because we're supersetting this with a chest press. I have another barbell set up with my chest press weight, and I have this one set up with my hip thruster weight. So take some time to set up your space because we don't wanna lose time in the transitions. Plus we don't wanna hurt ourselves in awkward transitions, right? The final superset that we're doing, we'll have 1 heavy hand weight held in a goblet style or behind our back if that's comfortable for your shoulders, or you can have 2 hand weights on both shoulders and you're gonna be doing a squat walk. The final exercise is a slow burpee or a burpee, whatever you prefer. If you do really want to focus on that core though, I would actually suggest a slow burpee, maybe with or without a weight, okay? So I'll explain that when we get there. We're doing each exercise for 8 to 10 repetitions. If you get less than 8, just make sure it's 6. If you get more than 10, make sure it's 12. If you can do more than 12 repetitions in the same time it takes me to do 10, probably your weight is too light. The reverse is true. If you can just do 6 or less, even 6 is kind of close, then your weight is too heavy. So we want to find that sweet spot of about 8 to 10, all right? I'll push play, we'll get a warm up, and then we'll have a cool down at the end. All right, so let's come down to a child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Sink the hips back and take a few deep breaths, allowing your rib cage to press to your inner thighs.
Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Good. Now as you inhale, curve your spine up, separate your feet, drop your hips down, and as you exhale, flex your feet, pull your glutes to your heels. And you'll roll up, release your toes, look forward, exhale back. Here, it doesn't matter how low your hips get, just focus on squeezing those glutes. Good. We have 2. And 1. Good. Now flip your feet, raise up into a downward dog position, and walk it out. 1 knee and then the other knee. You can look under one shoulder, then the other shoulder. Rock your hips side to side. Great. And now bring your knees down. We're gonna flip our palms to stretch our wrists. Feet are flexed. We push forward, backward a few times. And then flip your palms face up, bend your elbows, rock side to side a few times. In strength classes like this, I do like to warm up my wrists since we're gonna have, a grip going on most of class. Good, okay, roll over your feet. We come to what I call crouching tiger, hidden dragon, rocking knees side to side, lifting one heel at a time. Great. And now sit the hips nice and low. You might have to have 2 blocks or even like 2 plates under your heels right now, that's fine. One arm down, one arm up, center, and switch. Squeeze your shoulder blades together towards your mid-back. One more each side. We're pressing on our knee with our bicep. Okay, now wrap your hands around your toes. The goal is to keep your heels against the ground the whole time. Raise your hips up and lower them down. Lift them up, lower down. 2 more. And 1. Great. Okay, crawl to one side of your mat, send your leg back. Both hands underneath shoulders, front foot is slightly wide. Push back, pull forward, push and pull. Getting into hips. Good. All right, and now let's twist it out. Same arm as front leg raises up, and then it reaches under your body to the outside of the opposite hip. And twist. We start with a wood chopper, a twisting motion. So we want to warm up our spine now. 2 more. And 1. Great. Okay, let's do a lateral lunge to get to the other side. So pause, one heel up, opposite toes up. Breathe here for a moment. Stretching inner thigh, adductor, abductor, abductor. No, adductor. We put our legs together, we add them together. Inner thighs are adductor. I got it. It took me a minute, I got there. Switch sides. Bend and stretch front knee. Good. Here's 2. And 1. Bend your front knee, raise your front arm up, bring it under, up, open, and under. Keep going. We have 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Let's do that adductor stretch to the opposite side. You can lift your heel here. I also need new shoes. Buy me a coffee, link below. That's where you can tip me for this class. You can pay whatever you want. Buy me some new shoes, okay? If you like the class, if you don't like the class, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, come on up. Good, soften your knees, raw, vertebra by vertebra. We are ready. So I'm gonna start with my disc for my wood chopper. Wood chop, I would also suggest starting with a little lighter hand weight and then increasing the hand weight as we go, depending on how you're feeling. So we do the right side, then the left side, then we have those kneel to stands, which I'll show you. I'll also show you an option if kneel to stand is not comfortable. So we're gonna go over our front knee side toward our hip. Once again, 8 to 10. Here we go. So keeping your hips still, keeping the bottom knee still. It's up across and down, elbows mostly straight. This is 6. So we're trying to keep our hips completely still. If my weight was lighter, I would keep my elbows straight the whole way, but this is the lightest I got right now, so I gotta use it. Here's 2, and 1. Woo! And then I'll switch sides. This disc makes stability a little difficult, which is good. These kinds of surfaces also add to the core work. All right, ready? Here we go. Keep your arms straight if you can with that weight. It'll just help you make sure you're getting a twist through the spine. I like to exhale when my hands go up. It helps me keep my core engaged. I forgot if I did 8 or 10. Oh no, I think I did 8. I think I'm done. Keep going if you need to. Okay, so we have our kneel ups next. I will definitely be using an extra pad here for under my knees. So what it is you start on the pad, abs are braced, you step forward, stand, knee comes back down. That's 1 repetition. So you'll do 8 to 10 of those. If that's really painful for your knees, then let's have you in a low squat position and you'll do a squat lunge. So lunge and lunge, okay? And let's call right, left, 1, right, left, 2, 8 to 10. All right, here we go. That's 1, 2. If you're doing the squat lunge version, you can also do it with a weight in your hands. Squeeze the glutes at the top. And if this is easy for you, you might consider adding a weight to the next round. This is hip mobility, which is not easy. I think I have 2 more. I'm really horrible at counting, but I make these counting workouts because they're actually proper strength training, right? That's why we're not doing it for time, so you can remember your reps on each side, rest. All right, I'm gonna come back to my wood chop. Now that I know the sequence, I'm gonna do things like try to add on weight and try to move through my transitions a little faster. Here we go, I'm gonna do 8. And I'm keeping it at 8, knowing that I have four total rounds. It should be hard so that your core has to work really hard to stabilize as you find the motion. I think that was my last one. I'll switch. If you're not on my exact pace, that's fine. That's fine. You know what we're doing. It's also in the description. So you can take it at your own pace. You do you. Just remember you're up to the front leg, down to the back, bottom knee. Whew. Okay, there's me done. I'm actually gonna keep this weight for my kneel ups. I wish I had a lighter weight, but it's on the barbell, so it's okay. I'm just gonna make it extra difficult for myself. You're off. I am getting a squat in between. So I squat in, squat out. Check that knees are always in line with toes here. Take a moment in that squat. Make sure your knees are in line with your toes. Final one for me. Ugh. Okay. Whew. Typically in a superset, you rest between sets. So I'm just gonna kind of take my time to get set up, let my heart rate go down a little bit, and then pick back up. The rest matters, because the rest is what allows us to go heavy, which is what builds muscle. But this is YouTube, so we don't rest for too long. YouTubers have short attention spans, don't we? We sure do. Let's go. This is round 3, by the way, of 4. go deep to that hip. I just kind of caught myself not going very far back. Gotta hold myself accountable to the depth of the twist. Ugh. Yes, anytime you catch your mind kind of floating away, it's probably a sign that you need to add on more intensity and check your form. Ready, go. I'm also feeling my back muscles work here, which I love. Okay, cool. So, I might be able to add on to that, but I'm gonna need to take out, anyway, I'll show you. We don't rest between these. Ready, go. Kneel ups. Woo! It's adding up. Ugh. Rest. The first through like 3 repetitions of that are not bad. And then they add up. Okay, so what I was trying to say is I'm gonna add on more weight here. However, I'm gonna take out the disc because it is quite unstable, which is the point. But if we have a lot of an instability, we don't want to add too much resistance. That's kind of a recipe for disaster. So I'll just take that out. I could later on, if I did this, if I did this workout quite a few times and I felt good about it, I could bring that back in, but I'm not going to today. Let me get this one instead. All right, I've added on 2 kg. Let's see how it goes. I might have to drop it down to 6 repetitions if my form fails. Ready? Go. Oh yeah. Whoa. That was good. Whew. I'm kind of breathless, so there we go. It's working. Check the 90-degree angle of the legs and go for it. All the way back on the hip, me too. Whew. Okay, kneel ups. Gosh dang it. I'll do it with this heavier weight. It's our final set, okay? You can do it. Ready, go. Count backward from the number that you want to achieve. It's a good trick to help you get there. Don't forget the squat, butt in line with knees if you can manage it. Oh my gosh, I lost count. I think I'm doing extra. Woe is me. No, that was good. That was it. Rest. Woo! Okay, we are done with that set. Bring your toenails to the ground. Lean back here. If this bothers your back, lift your butt, squeeze it, then lower down. Stretching out our hip flexors. So nice. Okay, superset 1 complete. We're moving on to superset 2, which is the hip thrusters and the chest press. Okay, so let me move this aside. So for the hip thrusters, I have these like dumb barbells with the extra padding. Fine. If the weight or the bar bothers your hips, you can always take a folded up mat like this and put it over your hips. So we start with the chest press, once again, 8 to 10, and then we have the hip thrust, 8 to 10. Mine might look a little bit messy, don't judge me. I'm doing the best I can with the resources I have, as are you, I'm willing to bet. So let's get into our proper chest press position. So we roll on down. If you're using tube dumbbells, this is the one where your arms go into a bent angle and hands are above the elbows. If you have a barbell like me, bring your hands up. Let's widen them about 1 hand width distance from the edge of your bar, or further if your arms are quite long. From there, roll your shoulder blades back underneath your chest so it feels like your chest is slightly bowed. Pelvis is secure on the ground. We lower down to our mid ribs, everybody. Here we go, 8 to 10 reps. Try not to rush it. I'm gonna go for 8 and then I'm gonna reevaluate. I'm gonna go for 2 more. And 1. Great. So, roll on up, we'll set this aside. Now, we are on to our hip thrusters. So, hip thrusters, the back is kind of a different setup. Your lower back is gonna be on the ground, whereas in chest press, it might have been lifted off the ground, probably. So set up the weight on your hips with your feet slightly wider than your hips, knees above your ankles. From here, relax your upper back, engage through your core, and feel the pelvis bones flat on the ground in neutral. We press up and down, let's go. Squeeze your shoulder blades slightly together once you're kind of up that first round, and keep them squeezed together the whole time. I like to kind of feel how tight they need to be once I've done my first round. Don't rush it. We've got lower intensity music because we want to take our time with our strength training. And because it's the only copyright-free music I can afford. So hey, give me a tip. Everything's gonna come back to that today. And release. Okay, so I did 10 rounds, 10 repetitions, excuse me. I don't have more weight I can add, so I might actually go up to 12 repetitions here just because I need it to be a bit more intense. But yeah, let's see. And if you don't have the resistance you need, then you can add repetitions. You want to find that challenge. Okay, when you're ready, you know the setup, you're off. Please do not bring the weights towards your neck or shoulders. Please bring them to the middle of your chest. You want to feel those mid-chest muscles stretch and then press. I'm gonna do 12. But if you just do that 10 and then you move on to your hip thrusters and then you take like an extra long break in between, that's beautiful, that is beautiful. Always check, you can look and see if your heels seem even, and then you're off. And why do we squeeze our shoulders together on these thrusters? Just a little bit, it's not as much as a chest press, because we want to protect our neck. We don't want to put too much pressure on our spine, especially the top edge of our spine. Make sure your knees are not falling to the inside. Like when I start to get tired, my knees start to sway. We want to keep it in those glutes. And I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna take a little stretch. I should be resting more. I hate the term should everywhere except the gym or the fitness room. There are things we should do, and rest is one of them. When you feel rested enough to come back, you can come back in. This superset is upper and lower body though, so you might not need as much rest time than if we were doing like 2 core exercises or 2 upper body. Shoulder squeeze, hold those shoulder blades together, and go when you're ready. Okay, that's me done there. I do wish I had heavier weights. Okay. Now, if you move your feet closer to your glutes, you might feel your glutes more, just to make sure that doesn't make your lower back arch. Round 3 of thrusters. When you're ready, you're off. Another way to make it more intense is to go up fast, down slow. So we can use tempo to create intensity as well. It just changes the time under tension that our muscles experience. Kind of started to lose it. I'm going to focus. Up 1 hold, down 3. And that's that. I do feel a big difference. And you can do the same thing on your chest presses. So you would go down fast, up slow. And take a stretch. This is our final round of these exercises. And since I'm doing 12 repetitions, I'm definitely going to change my tempo this round to create more challenge. I'll go down fast up to this top slow. So it might take more time and I might just do 10 reps, but I'll play it by ear. Listen to my body, find the challenge. Also here, wrap your thumb underneath your first finger for your wrist neutrality. Thumb under or over first finger, whatever. Ready, go. Down fast. Up 3, 2, 1. Down 1, up 3, 2. Something like that. Keep it going. It's definitely changing the intensity, this tempo. I'm gonna do 1 more. Whew. Okay, that worked. Final round of those hip thrusts. Okay. I'll be using the same tempo. And I'm off. Make sure that when you come up, your rib cage does not flare. You want to keep that core knitted up tight. Take the moment to squeeze those glutes at the top. I do love using barbells for hip thrusters though, because I can definitely add more weight to them than I could if I just had dumbbells. I'm gonna do 2 more. And that's that. Cool. All right. Okay. Let's take a moment here to stretch. So sit up tall. Bring your fingers behind you with your pinkies inside. Spread your thumbs out. Puff up your chest. Maybe even relax your head. All right. Leg long. One knee across. Hold it in tight. Twist, look over your back shoulder. And release, switch. Okay. All right, so now we have a squat walk and a slow burpee. So for the squat walk, you're gonna wanna find as much space as you have. I'm gonna move some stuff aside here so that I have more space to move. Trying to find the longest distance so I can walk the furthest. I'm gonna start with a light weight and probably add on weight with each round. Then we have a slow burpee. I will keep it slow today. I know I can do a burpee for cardio, but I'm really looking at a burpee for form and core strength, okay? So we'll show you what that is. Squat walk, you have that weight at your chest. We're gonna do this for 40 seconds. It is for time here. So you'll just hold the weight at your chest, sit down low, walk forward, then walk backward in a sort of crab walk kind of way, okay? So we start in 5 seconds. After that, it's no weight for that burpee. I will show you an option for a weight though. Ready? Go. 40 seconds, squat walk. Good. If you have the mobility to do a complete chicken walk, so if you're mobile enough and you know what it is to chicken walk, you can go ahead and do that. I'll show you in the next round. 20 seconds. Having the weight at our chest like this is gonna strengthen our core. 10 seconds. And 5. Rest. Okay. Next, I will go into that slow burpee. So I'm just gonna show you the basics. Ready? We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. This is also for time. So I'm gonna watch myself in the camera here. I'm gonna keep my hips low and do my best not to raise my hips past my shoulders as I come in and out. The other thing is I'm gonna try to bring my hands or my feet all the way up to my wrists. So they're right behind my wrists. And then I'm raising my heels off the ground to just get that last little bit of balance. Rest. Okay, so that was actually technically a slow half burpee. So next round, we'll turn it into a slow full burpee. I know someone is like, that was a half burpee. I know. We're adding on, okay? Crab walk, ready. Weight at your chest, go. If you want the full chicken walk, you're all the way down here and you're just walking. I'll do it the first round with no weight. This is mobility, knee strength, leg strength. This is an option if you're more into the mobility side. You will still get a burn though in those quads. Seconds. The backward chicken walk is definitely the hardest part. Oh, the burn has set in. 10 seconds. slow burpee, I will add in the full push-up part. It is slow, so I'm doing an actual push-up, not to the ground, just a push-up. Ready, go. We're kind of pursuing progressive overload in this set by adding on some intensity with each round. You might not choose that, that's okay. You don't have to. Ugh. 10 seconds. Five. Rest. Okay, so if you want to add intensity, I think this time I'm just going to squat walk with more weight. And then the final round I'll probably try to chicken walk with weight. So, you know, it's always good to be kind of thoughtful about the entire workout. Ready, go. That's why no repeat workouts are not necessarily the best. They're really good for novelty, I don't know, just for cardio, but they don't necessarily allow you to plan, which is what strength requires. Halfway. Ugh. 10 seconds. 5. Rest. Whew. If this bothers your knees, you can just squat instead. Okay, I'm gonna do a slow burpee all the way to the ground with a negative. Lift my hands off the ground. Ready, go. So I go all the way down, lift my hands, push, come on up. Maybe you can start making those transitions faster. So you bring your feet up just a bit faster. Do not push up like a worm. Lift your hips, lift your chest, then leave the ground. 5 seconds. Rest. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do my chicken walk with a light weight. Finding a little bit more. 5 seconds and it's our final round. Ready? Go. All the way down here. So when you're walking back, it's toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel. Coming forwards the opposite, heel to toe. Oh, 10 seconds. 5. Rest. Okay. Yeah, all right. It's our final exercise. If you'd like to do a full burpee and you can do it in good form, go for it. Otherwise, keep it slow. Keep your butt low. You got it? Ready. Go. Whew. 20 seconds. 10. a circle, and when your heart rate has slowed, let's meet on the ground for our cool down. Okay. So first things first, let's find a butterfly pose. Bottom of feet together, knees wide. Move your hips towards your heels, elbows to your inner thighs. This is a focused strength workout, focusing on functional core, and I'd say lots of legs. Legs and core. We did have some arms though, a little of everything. Come on up, hands to the back of your hips, chest high, knees wide. Rock your knees gently and slowly from side to side. Keep going. Okay, and now come to the center, left ankle over right thigh, seated figure four. Try to close the gap between your hips and your heels. Good, now sit your glutes back and switch. And come on in. Hi, Coco. Hello, Coco baby. Good job in this workout, Coco baby. Okay, and release. Good. We're gonna roll over onto one side. We grab our top foot, pull our heel to our glute, stretching our quadricep. It's easiest if your bottom leg is bent, right? I also like to rest my head and fully relax. Nothing's better during cool down than a kitten's cuddles. Good job. All right, my friends. So from here, just bring both your knees together, hold them up a bit, and then twist over your back shoulder. Arm can be a cactus shape. And now come on up. Tuck your heels in towards your glutes. Grab them and lean toward them. Switch sides. Notice if one of your thighs is tighter. You can always do a foam roll after this or some other self-massage to help release that thigh. You don't want to hold that tension. And then release, pull both knees forward, open your arm. Oh yeah. We're twisting towards our back arm side. And now release. Come on up to a seat. Grab your heels. Reach your arm over. Side body stretch. And then come on up. Find a comfortable seat. Good. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Give yourself a bow. You have done it. Excellent job in this functional strength workout. Check out the description below. I put 2 YouTube classes up to the public per week. I also do an additional 2 classes at least on my Patreon. We have live classes and I have workshops. This month's workshop is foam rolling for release. The live classes are bar and a workout for paddle players or tennis, any sort of racket sport. So it's a workout specifically to help those people cross train. That's all. Thanks so much. Have a good day.